A new poll revealing that most Americans are worried about paying for food at the store.
Ground chuck prices, they just hit a record high, $6.12 a pound.
We're talking about items like apples and ground beef. They've gone up 7 and 10% when compared to just 1 year ago.
Today we're talking about something that's hitting all of us very hard. Your grocery bill. If you've noticed your food costs going through the roof lately, oh, you're not crazy. And here's the thing, it's about to get much worse. Let's talk real numbers here. Food prices jumped 0.3% just in June. That's 3% higher than last year. Doesn't sound like much? Think again. For families already struggling, that's real money we're talking about. But here's where it gets crazy. Meat and eggs up 5.6%. Eggs alone shot up 27.3% in 1 year. 27%! That carton of eggs that cost you $2.50 last year, now it's over $3. A simple breakfast just became a luxury item. Recent surveys show something shocking. Almost 90% of Americans are worried about grocery prices. More than half say it's their biggest financial stress. Not rent, not healthcare. Food. That tells you everything you need to know about where we are right now. Food prices are rising faster than everything else. General inflation is at 2.7%. Food inflation, 3%. Your grocery bill is climbing faster than your paycheck. That is the reality. And it's hitting everyone from college students to retirees on fixed incomes. The Bureau of Labor Statistics tracks every food category. Guess what? Every single one went up. Fruits and vegetables, dairy products, cereal and bakery items, processed foods. There's nowhere to hide from these increases. Here's what's really driving these prices up. Trade policy. For decades, we've had deals with Mexico and Canada. These agreements let food come in without extra taxes. That kept our stores stocked and prices reasonable. Mexico and Canada send us over $75 billion worth of food every year. That's not just a number. That's our food security. Fresh produce in winter, dairy products, grains, all of it, right? But now, current policies are messing with this system. The administration calls our trade deal with Mexico and Canada transitional. They want to renegotiate. That uncertainty alone is driving costs up. Take tomatoes from Mexico. New 17% tax hit in July. That's not just tomatoes. That's your salsa, your pasta sauce, your pizza. Everything goes up when one ingredient gets more expensive. Here's the key thing people don't understand. Tariffs are not paid by other countries. They're paid by American companies, who then pass those costs onto you. Every trade restriction becomes a hidden tax on families. Here's the hard truth. America doesn't have the farm capacity to replace these imports, not even close, and definitely not at the same prices. You can't just decide to grow more food overnight. It takes years to build new farms, massive investments, the right weather, the right soil. We're talking about basic geography here. California grows most of our domestic produce, but even they can't feed the entire country year-round. Right now in summer, American farms can handle most of our needs. But winter, we need imports from Mexico and Canada just to keep shelves stocked. It's not optional. Without these imports, we will have empty shelves, not just higher prices. Think about your local grocery store in January. Those strawberries, tomatoes, and peppers, they're coming from Mexico. The apples might be from storage, but fresh produce? That's import territory. Many American farmers are actually growing less right now. They're only using part of their land. Why? Because they can't predict what trade policies will look like next year. So they're playing it safe, conserving cash, growing less food. The irony? Policies meant to help American farmers are making them produce less. When uncertainty is high, farmers reduce risk by reducing production. It's basic economics. Even if we wanted to grow more food here, we have a massive labor problem. American farms depend on immigrant workers, always have. Immigration crackdowns have scared workers away from farms. Border security is important, sure, but we need to be honest about the costs. American workers are not rushing to replace those farm jobs, are they? Farm work is hard, really hard, physical, seasonal, low pay. Despite what politicians say, there's no line of Americans waiting to pick vegetables in 100-degree heat. Fewer workers mean smaller harvests. Smaller harvests mean higher prices. It's that simple. Now, the USDA already predicts food prices will rise 2.9% next year, and that's before any new trade policies kick in, before any new tariffs, before any new restrictions. Food at home, up 2.2%. Restaurants, up 4%. These aren't worst-case scenarios. These are their baseline predictions. Winter is coming. That's when we depend most on imports. Any new trade barriers during winter months will hit immediately, right when families are already stretched thin from holiday spending. This affects everything. Restaurants are already raising menu prices because ingredients cost more. Small food businesses can't absorb these costs like big corporations can. Many are unfortunately closing. The uncertainty itself costs money. When businesses can't predict their costs, they charge more to protect themselves. That defensive pricing hurts consumers even more. Let's be clear about what this means for real families. Parents are changing what they buy. They're skipping meals. They're buying cheaper, less nutritious food. Kids are going to school hungry because families can't afford healthy options. This isn't just about money. It's about nutrition. It's about health. It's about dignity. When families can't afford basic food, we have a crisis. Teachers are reporting more students asking for extra helpings at lunch because it might be their best meal of the day. Senior citizens on fixed incomes are hit the hardest. Their grocery budgets haven't changed, but their buying power keeps shrinking. Veterans, single parents, working families, all struggling with the same impossible math. I've talked to families who are making impossible choices: medication or groceries, school supplies or fresh fruit, heat or healthy food. These shouldn't be choices anyone has to make in America in 2025, but here we are. Local restaurants are getting crushed. Food trucks are closing down. Small grocery stores in rural areas can't compete with rising wholesale costs. When these businesses fail, entire communities lose access to fresh food. Farmers markets are seeing vendors drop out because they can't afford the ingredients to make their products. The ripple effects go everywhere. We're not just talking about temporary price spikes. These changes are reshaping how Americans eat. Families are moving away from fresh produce because it's too expensive. Processed foods are becoming the default because they're cheaper. That has health consequences. Processed foods lead to obesity, diabetes, heart disease, all linked to poor nutrition. When healthy food becomes a luxury, public health suffers. We're creating a two-tier food system where only wealthy families can afford nutritious meals. Food deserts are getting worse. Low-income neighborhoods already struggle with access to fresh food. Higher prices make this problem even more severe. Corner stores selling processed snacks become the only affordable option. The psychological impact is real too. Food stress affects mental health. Parents feel guilty about what they can't provide. Kids learn that hunger is normal. These effects last long after prices stabilize. You know, trade policy isn't just politics, it's personal. Every tariff becomes a tax on working families. Every trade restriction shows up in grocery receipts. We need stable relationships with our neighbors. We need realistic policies that acknowledge our labor needs. Most importantly, we need leaders who understand that their decisions affect real families. This isn't about eliminating trade or opening borders completely. It's about balanced policies that keep food affordable while protecting American interests. Support local farmers when you can. Buy seasonal produce when possible. Plan meals around sales. Use coupons. Shop at multiple stores to find the best prices. But individual actions only go so far. This is a policy problem that needs policy solutions. Vote for leaders who understand these connections. Contact your representatives. Make your voice heard, because this crisis affects everyone, regardless of politics. This food crisis is happening right now. It's affecting millions of families every time they shop. The question isn't whether prices will keep rising. It's whether we'll make the changes needed to stop this from getting worse. Your grocery bill isn't just about supply and demand. It's about policy choices. It's about trade decisions. It's about immigration enforcement. All of these connect directly to what you pay at checkout. This crisis won't fix itself. It needs action. It needs attention. It needs solutions that put families first. What changes have you seen in your grocery spending? How is this affecting your family budget and daily meal planning? Let me know in the comments, and please subscribe for more coverage of the issues that hit your wallet directly. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.